hurricane damage and how it impacts with wildfire. And the biggest thing to know is that, yes, within the first 3-4 years, it is more of a fire risk. It depends on how it's laying, or if it's still partially alive, or if it's completely dead. But after that time period, it will start to become more rotten and punky, and it will collect more moisture, then it will dry out, and it won't be as big of an issue. The other huge factor to hurricane damage is that humans don't want to go walking through it, because it's too hard to maneuver through it. So recreationally, we have less human-caused fires in hurricane-damaged woods, but it's still a huge lightning risk. So we still have that. Any questions? I'm going to skip over that stuff. That bad? Come on, you guys.
I'll give you a question.
Oh, no.
It's not a question, it's a statement.
Okay.
And a lot of people here at Mason's Point,
Yes?
and a lot of people at Mason's Point will not water the plants in summertime because they're on a well.
Yes.
Okay, next thing, if you see Mason's Point, we are going to have to go and get a log company going there and cut all the trees down. Because our trees are 75 years old, and when one tree is going to catch, they're all going to go and all the houses go. I didn't know for sure, but do you have a plan? Does anybody have a plan? And does anybody know what a mustard spot is? Mustard spots are where if there's a fire, you got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And in Mason's Point, I understand all this is great, but to me, only me, I think tonight we should figure out where we go when there's a forest fire in Mason's Point.
We're going to talk about that next time. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But to talk about your trees, this is the hardest part of this job, or this stuff, is that Nova Scotia is 75 plus privately owned.
Yes.
So in order for us to do wildfire mitigation and fuels, we have to have buy-in from landowners to do it.
Yeah, but okay.
Collectively, it's,
So, that's right. So I understand the whole concept. So when you get past I'm on Downey Drive.
yes,
So when I kind of pass from my place, you start going down the hill. I mean, you can't. It's $1,000 a tree to cut down. So I know what you're saying, that you know we have to get management and cut it. But I mean, like I said, it just. I understand the whole point what you're saying here, but like in Mason's Point, to ready a house for fire, it's kind of, I know we could do like the birch bark and stuff, but we get trees that are probably 150 feet over all the houses. So
okay, I have a question for you.
yeah.
What do you do when there's a hurricane?
Well, see, I'm one of the lucky ones. I don't have any trees around here.
So what do you do with the flood?
I'm on top of the hill.
What do you do with the hurricane?
I have a generator. So like for me, like
So what I'm trying to get across is that this isn't just a wildfire issue. We spend all this time as homeowners taking the time to prepare our properties for hurricanes, for floods, for earthquakes, for whatever. But we all think that the fire department is going to come rescue us in a wildfire. It is a natural disaster and it's no different than anything else. We all collectively, and I'm not just saying residents,
yeah.
municipalities, agencies, those who build communities and development, residents, we all have ownership over how our communities are, and we have to be more proactive in building communities more resilient, because it's not going to get any lighter, I can tell you now. It's going to get worse from here. If we, I mean, the biggest thing, and I understand financially, trust me, I was in the same boat. We're looking at getting grants to help communities. We're looking at working with Team Rubicon to help communities. There's going to be some stuff coming down the pipe, so don't get discouraged yet.
Oh, I'm not discouraged. I'm not, like, to my house where I'm at, the chance of my house is good to survive.
Yeah.
But like, I know what you're trying to do here. I understand the mulch thing and all that, but all I'm saying is, like, if Mason's Point catches on fire, it's not going to matter like a whole lot what you do around your house because the tree, it's just gonna go over the trees, it's gonna do damage. Like
We'll let her finish her presentation
Yeah.
and Erica will.
she asked for a question.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
The community risk assessments also identify all of the things we're talking about tonight. So when I complete them, access, egress, water supply, evacuation planning, response, all that stuff's going to be talked about in these assessments. And if there is anything identified in the assessment, I forward it to Erica. I forward it to Halifax Regional Fire. I forward it to Nova Scotia Power, to whoever is involved in that. The other big thing that's coming down the pipe too is HRM Fire is hiring a planning person who's going to work with developments prior to the community even being developed and do emergency response and do make sure there's the appropriate evacuation planning and water supply and all those things. Because it's community safety, we have to, all right? There were 17 awards this season given. I already went over that. Why is it not going? I messed it up now.
It's moving there.
Yeah. There's only one slide left anyway. It's not moving up there. Got me all flustered. What? What do you move now? Alright. There's only like one last slide, and I don't even know if I changed it, so I won't even put it up because this is my thank you slide. But there are certainly a lot of resources here on the table to further your information on the Fire Smart program. I will put my business cards out on the table when Erica's speaking, and you're welcome to grab one and contact me at any point. We are increasing capacity within the Halifax Regional Fire in training and personal protective equipment detection. We now have 3 fire scope cameras that are up in the sky and are catching smoke. So far to date, we've had well over 100 occurrences that we've looked at. We've sent firefighters to investigate if it's a smoke, if it's a permanent smoke like a paving plant or anything like that, or if it's a wildfire, and we're addressing it. We're also increasing capacity to do enforcement. So looking at finding people more, because we're done, all right? When you're driving a car and you get caught for speeding, what do you get? Ticket. It has been, how long? 11 years since we changed the burn restrictions. There's always been an industrial burning permit since the inception of time, since I've been with the department over 30 years. And if people don't get it by now, I don't know if we're gonna unless we start to enforce it. So we're gonna start enforcing it. Lots of resources to go look at. There are individual home assessments. So if you want your home property assessed, either call 311 or go on halifax.ca and just type in Fire Smart. You should be able to find it. You can sign up. Fred and his group will be out within what, Fred, 2 weeks, roughly, turnaround?
We try to get a week, but last week we got over 40 requests, so it's going to take a little longer.
Yeah.
Probably a couple weeks.
It's gonna be busy.
Yeah, so you can sign up. Somebody will come out and check your property out. You get a 13-page report. In this report, it'll give you mitigation tips and what to do. It is not shared with insurance companies. It is completely private. Nobody else will get it but you and me, because I do the assessment, or Fred, the folks that do the assessment. So, I will stop there, Erica, for now. Sure. Because we got probably lots of questions coming up. So.
And I can't see squat, so I'm blind on a good day, so apparently.